What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Once again, if you guys are enjoying the series so far, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we were working on the previous story order, which was a 2015 Mini Cooper. Today, we're going to be working on a 1993 Volvo 240. When I first saw 240, I paid no attention to Volvo or the vehicle's image, and I was like, oh, 240 SX, brother, we're going to do some drifting, but that's not the case. So let's go ahead and read through this order here. It says, good morning. Hello, young man. Please help me. I set off on a ride and my car stopped working. It just shut down suddenly. Fortunately, some good young men towed me to your workshop. If it weren't for them, I'd rather not go into it. Please see what you can do to get it up and running again. I have no idea what could have happened. Usually everything was working just fine after a 6-month break. Thanks for setting up a workshop here in the middle of nowhere. In the meantime, please allow me to use your restroom. I'll see you soon. Change the oil and other tasks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take that order. We're gonna go see what the Volvo 240 is all about, dude. It is honestly not as ugly as I thought it would be. And I low-key love these headrests. I think those are super sick. Oh, I keep forgetting crouch is C. Kind of like my summer car a little bit. But interior-wise, looks pretty good. Pop the hood, see what we got under here. I can already tell the radiator's definitely going to need replaced. Well, let's not dilly-dally. Let's go ahead and move the vehicle into car lifter A. We'll get after it, dude. Let's see what this thing actually needs. They claimed they didn't know what was wrong with it, but here we can clearly see they have a whole parts list that they need replaced. So again, just like the previous orders, I'm going to go through and highlight everything that they know of that needs to be replaced. And actually, it doesn't look like there's any discoverable parts to this job, so this might be really, really easy. Oh my god, it actually is going to be that easy. All right, sick. So I'm not going to waste anyone's time here. We're going to get straight into a time lapse of repairing this vehicle. I'll see you guys at the end. I'd say that went surprisingly well. We got everything replaced and or repaired if it needed to be. We've changed the oil and I know we changed the oh no, we didn't do the cooling fluid, which is coolant. I don't know why I said cooling fluid. That is not normally in my vocabulary. But I was looking for a reservoir. This one actually doesn't have one. It is built into the radiator, so we just have to fill this really quick. No big deal. We're going to wait till the bottle tips back down. 1, 2, 3, and that's probably max fill. Maybe. Who's to say it really is? But now the vehicle's tasks should all be fully complete, so we are ready to finish this order. Go ahead and go for it. Also, the license plate on that vehicle is like Granddad or something, so the storyline anyways kind of makes sense. And with that, of course, we have a new crate. We do still have a bunch of very, very worn out parts. And since we don't have any way of actually turning those parts into scrap or repairing them in any way, I'm just going to sell them all. And actually, let's do sell parts or anything below or equal to, let's say 90%. I don't think we have anything in here that's 90. Perfect. All right. And at the end of the last episode, we did get a case that I did not open, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we just got another case from the car that we quite literally just finished. So there we have bonus XP and some bonus scrap. That's cool. We'll open the next one. Maybe this one will be better. We're going to do Number 3 here. Barn map. Nice, nice, nice. And then number 1. I'll take some credits. I will take some credits. That's wonderful. All right, so we have $7,000. We apparently didn't make all that much money on that past job we just finished. So we're going to move on to the 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse Sunrise. I don't actually know what the Sunrise has to do with anything. Maybe it's like a sub-model of the Eclipse. I have no idea. But it says, hello, I saw that you've got quite good reviews, and I thought that you'll surely handle my problem. I've been to a few experts already, and the things that each expert said and did didn't match up at all. Of course, the problem is still there. It boils down to this constant banging. It's unbearable, and the gearbox isn't working properly after the last quote-unquote repair. After a week, changing gear becomes a nightmare. Please check it and try to fix any problems. I'm counting on your honesty. It's the last chance for my car. If this doesn't do the trick, I have no other option but to get rid of it. Anyway, let me know what happens. There's always so much more. Do you guys care if I read through these every single time? But there's always so much more detail in here that doesn't pertain to the repair at all. So let me know your guys' take on if you want me to read the whole thing. Keep in mind, I'm a very slow reader. Very slow reader. But here we are at the Mitsubishi Eclipse. It has one of the grossest looking body kits I have ever seen. Oh my god. So again, keep in mind, this is still the lore-friendly car. The only thing that's changed about it is when we open up the car status, the name reflects like the actual model. So this is actually called a Moon in-game for the lore-friendly name. But it's a nice-looking car. Apart from that body kit, the wheels could probably use changed over. It definitely needs a wash. Did we ever purchase? We didn't. We didn't ever purchase the car wash yet. Okay, something to think about for sure. Let's go ahead and move the car into car lifter A, and we'll see what the problem is. Again, customer has stated that they have no idea what the problem is and that they've taken it to multiple different repair facilities and nobody can figure it out. So we're gonna try to do that for them. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for sure. Nothing is known about this vehicle. The other one we just did, everything was known about it. So I'm gonna start just by putting it up on the lift just a couple of inches so we can get it off the ground. Kind of inspect things a little bit better. Surely it can't be the body work because we don't have like a body repair facility just yet. Since it's a story car, I highly doubt that's the case. But right off the bat, I am noticing some mainly suspension related things. So I'm half tempted to just put the whole car in the air because I can already tell, dude, we got some worn out bushings back here. Like none of the diagnostic tools that we have are actually going to help us out. With this car, I don't think. We can try them out, but right off the bat here, I'm just going to go through and mark the front sway bar that is very clearly destroyed. We're going to have to take the wheels off as well. Okay, now that we have the wheels off, we can actually remove the end links over here for that sway bar. That's going to allow us to actually remove the sway bar itself from the vehicle. We just have to get the other end link on the opposite side here. One bolt up top, one bolt on the bottom, and we can pull out the front sway bar. I have already added that part to our list. The next one we're going to do is the front drive shaft. So we're going to get that part added. And unfortunately, we do have to remove the axles in order to remove that piece. So we got that one. Let's go over here, unbolt this one really quick. There we be. All right, and then after that, we can now fully take out that drive shaft. So what else we got? Back here, again, sway bar. No surprise there. End links appear to be in good condition, I would say. There's that side removed. But the bushings, dude, the bushings are really what do it. Because there's so many of them on the vehicle, and they're really, really hard to figure out if they're damaged or not. The ones that are like exposed like this are very easy, but there's rubber bushings like in all of these suspension arms and whatnot, and those are the ones that are difficult to pinpoint. But we can remove the rear sway bar, and then for all of these rubber bushings, I think I'm just gonna map out that there's 4 bad ones in the back. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Add those all to the list, and we'll just go through and pull these 4 out here for the rear subframe. And I thought that was gonna do it for the rubber bushings, but it looks like these 2 up front in the, I'm gonna call these trailing arms because that's what I'm familiar with. But these bushings in here are definitely toast as well. So we're gonna, whoops, gotta loosen that one up first. Definitely gonna pull those out. Perfect. Okay, and then these, I feel like those look okay compared to the ones we just took out. So let's move back up to the front of the vehicle. I can't seem to find any other failing suspension components. Looks like these 4 front rubber bushings for the subframe up here are also damaged. So we're gonna add 4 of those and then remove them. So far, we've found everything on page 1, which is great. We're gonna go through and just highlight all of those so we know what needs to be replaced. And then we still have almost 2 whole pages yet to figure out what's wrong with this thing. So suspension-wise, I feel like we've kind of gone over everything here. Oh, wait. We got some wheel hub bearings. I'm assuming the other side's bad as well, so I'm gonna mark 2 of those. We'll remove that. Yep, the other one is bad as well, so we'll pull that one out. And then I'm gonna check the rear again, just to make sure that there's no bearing back here. There is a bearing, but it's not bad. All right, now that we've gone through most of the suspension, let's lower the vehicle back down to the ground, and then we're gonna go through the engine. I have noticed the single rusty bolt up on the valve cover, so I'm half tempted to try to remove that. Oh, wait. Right out the gate here, dog. Check that out. First time we're looking at the engine. 2 ignition coils that are very clearly in poor condition. So we're going to pull both of those out. And then spark plugs look to be about in the same condition. So we're going to pull that one out. And this one out. That spark plug looks good. These 2 here in the middle, those have to be removed. Just because we had some stuff on the top side too, I am going to remove the valve cover because most of the time that means there's something else awry underneath what we just pulled off anyways. I see a very rusty cam. That's not good. So we're probably going to have some timing components in here as well, which is unfortunate because timing jobs take kind of a long time, but it's nothing we can't handle. Here we go. I just popped this other timing cover off, and cam gear A is definitely a little worse for wear. So we're going to remove that one, and then we're going to have to move over to the main timing side. So I think what we've established on this engine in particular is that the left side of the head over there with just the single, or not the singles, but the 2 separate cam gears, that is probably something to do with variable valve timing. And then this side is obviously, you know, what would connect your timing from your bottom end to your top end. So we're gonna go through here and remove everything that we need to in order to access behind the timing cover here. And now that we have that done, we can pop off this panel. All right, well, I am glad that we removed that because it looks like everything under here is actually in tip-top shape. We do have to remove this belt tensioner to relieve tension off the belt, so we can pull that off in order to remove this gear, which is then gonna allow us to remove the camshaft. I don't remember if I marked that or not on our parts list, but we're gonna do that now. Now that we've torn the engine down, we're kind of missing out on 2 of our diagnostic tools, one of which being the compression tester, the other being the fuel pressure tester. So let's go with the multimeter, and we'll see if there are any weird electrical gremlins on this vehicle. I doubt it. It's looking super solid so far. Anything above, say, 60 is probably considered fine. Yeah, everything there looks tip-top. So let's see, we can't do this one. OBD2 scanner, I guess? Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of diagnostic tools to help us out with anything suspension related. So this is really just gonna tell us how the main components are doing. And we've already removed 2 of those spark plugs, so those would have been faulty. Something I don't often check is the air filter. And since we have a rusty bolt over here, I feel like that's the game telling us, hey, remove this so you can inspect the air filter. And it's fine. It looks totally fine. We'll pull it out just to make sure, 74%. I'd say that's probably okay. So there goes my theory on rusty bolts and the game trying to get us to remove certain panels and things to reveal other stuff. What about the battery? No, we already checked the battery. I'm gonna charge it anyways. You know what? It's free. Battery's at 69%. Nice. But we're gonna throw this on the charger really quick. Shouldn't take too long. And then we'll just remove it and place it back in the engine bay. Do we assemble or reassemble the top end stuff that we've already torn apart? That way we don't have to remove the oil from the oil pan, or should we just, or from the engine, I guess. Or should we just drain the oil, pop the oil pan off, to inspect the bottom end. I feel like that's probably more efficient, probably a more efficient use of our time. So we're gonna drain the oil out of the vehicle. There we go. We're gonna have to top it off anyways since we're doing all this engine work to it. Move that back to where it came from, and then I'm gonna get them a new oil filter because I just feel weird not replacing that. Then we can drop the pan. A 4-bolt oil pan. I love that. I really, really love that. Here it is, dudes. Here it is. We have some very crusty, gross things happening here. Wait, what is the flywheel? Interesting. Okay, that's something I don't usually inspect either. And for this vehicle, since we've already removed the axles and the drive shaft, it should pull out pretty quick. This is kind of a fun car, I'm not even gonna lie. And I think that's just because it's actually making me use my brain, whereas the other ones, the parts were kind of given to us. We already had a parts list just starting out, so this one's definitely piquing my interest more than previous jobs, that's for sure. We're gonna get the clutch plates removed right here. Or this is the pressure plate. I'm sorry. This is technically the clutch plate. That needs marked. And then the flywheel as well. Dude, that thing is toast. 14% on that. Good God. It's funny how I noticed that because it was clipping through the block. Otherwise, I would have had no idea. So now we have a crankshaft bearing cap. The main journal bearing right there. We're going to remove that. We have a rod cap right here. That one just looks black in color. I'm assuming that just means it's pretty dusted. Yep, 11%. What about the pistons, though? Yeah, I can see the rod on this one is it's just black in color again. I think that means that it's dusted. So we're going to remove that other bearing cap and the other rod cap here. Surprisingly, this rod cap is dusted, but the piston rod is totally fine. This piston rod, not fine. Absolutely not fine. I think that one as well, kind of a similar story. So I'm going to lower the vehicle back down. Unfortunately, we do have to pull off the head. So this job just kind of keeps expanding, getting a little bit bigger and bigger as we dive down the rabbit hole here. So we're going to remove that. I wish we could just take this off as one whole assembly, but we're going to have to remove the turbo. We're going to have to remove the intake, exhaust manifold, throttle body. I mean, you name it, anything that touches the head has to get pulled off. Okay, now with the head removed, we can see that just these two pistons here are actually faulty. So we're gonna pull that one out and this one out. Oh, I forgot to mark those. Hang on. Let's do that. There we go. That works. At least we got them on the shopping list. And then let's check out the car's status. I feel like we're getting closer to having everything fully figured out here. Let's just kind of pop through this really quick. There we go, dude. We got everything. Everything. Okay, I'm not sure if everything was on the parts list or not. I feel like I kind of forgot about that halfway through. But I'm going to go ahead and order all the parts. Then we're going to get installing. And just like that, ladies and gents, we are finished with the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Let's go through the order real quick just to verify that, yes, everything has been altered or changed. We got the oil filter put in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now that everything is buttoned up on this vehicle, once again, we can go through with finishing the order. We'll see how much money we're going to end up with. 9,500 bucks is pretty good, and we got another case. Okay, I'm not going to forget to open the case this time. All right, we're going to open her up. on camera the way it's meant to be. And we'll see what we get from this one. Of course, we're going to go with the center one. Bonus case. Love to see that. Bonus credits. Let's open up the next one. I'm trying to get as many barn maps as possible because that is really going to help us out in the long run. Another bonus case, baby. Infinite loop. Let's keep running it. Can we get another? We cannot. That's all right. Some more credits, though. I'll take it. And then all of this stuff in here, we're going to go to sell parts. Anything below or equal to 100%. And there we go. We're up to 10.5 thousand buckaroonies, and that is where we're gonna wind down this episode at for today. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.